What's happening? You know what time it is. It's time for the pregame meal. You know how we get down. You either get right or you get left. Go ahead and get right. Hit that like and subscribe button. We got you on the way in. It's the pregame meal. Let's go. BirdCage. What's going on? Welcome to the pregame meal. This is your boy, the historian. You know how we get down. You either get right or you get left. You're absolutely in the right place, so you're not going to get left. We're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the Patriots and the Falcons matchup today. And we're going to let folks in today, as we always do, because this is a show geared towards the fans, and we want your opinions on how things are going with this ball club. So thank you for those who are tapping in currently right now and that are looking at the show right now. Definitely you could be anywhere else, but you're here with me this morning. So thank you. Now, let's get to it. The Falcons have been on a 2-game losing streak. This just hasn't been good. And when you look at how the Falcons have underperformed in these 2 games, and we've had piss poor man when it was from leadership position. You know, this is, like I said, today is a day I'm not really just a host. I'm a fan as well. So I'm actually going to give you a little bit of the fan side today. I think it's been awful when you sit back and you think about how Raheem Morris and this staff has handled everything. What's going on, Uncle Louis? What's happening? What's happening? Louis Algier, Tyler Algier's uncle. Hopefully we get a big performance from Mr. Algier today. But if not, we already know where we're going to look at, and that comes from the leadership position. This should be a game that he does feast or whatnot. We still have injuries, so banged up, but from my standpoint, this is not going to be an easy game to win. Just going to be honest. We can win it, but we're going to have to fight tooth and nail to win this ball game, period. And when you really look at how this team is standing, the question is, do we have faith in this locker room? That's my question. Do we have faith in this locker room? And I'm not speaking on the players because we know what the players can do when they're put in the proper position. I'm speaking on, do the players have faith in Raheem Morris after everything that has transpired pretty much since we've been on the losing streak? Really, hell, I'll go back to when we fired Ike Hilliard and they let go of Ray McCloud. The question is, has he lost his locker room, or is it galvanizing these guys? We don't know right now. We really don't. So we can't sit back and speculate that everything is hunky-dory at this point, because right now there's a lot going on. And the question is, can they be professional? Can he be professional enough to manage it? I don't think so. Yeah, I agree with you, Uncle Louis. I believe he's losing the locker room with some of the decisions that he's made. But the one thing that he can do, if he decides to win today and do it the right way, I think you can start. I don't think you're going to get all the trust back, but I think you can start working into position to where guys are looking at you saying, okay, he's not trying to piss away this season, or he's not trying to harm this team. He's trying to bring what's better to the team. Because let's be honest, the thing that a lot of people don't mention, and I don't know, like I said, the thing about being a leader is this. You know, I'm going back to my military days. Hell, I'll even talk about biblical times for those who are into it. Let's be honest. When you have grown men who will follow you through the gates of hell and will fight for you, that right there tells you what type of leader you are, because people will sacrifice for somebody that they believe in. That is something that you have to understand. People will always sacrifice for people that they believe in if they feel as if they're doing the right thing or going into the proper direction. We have yet to see Raheem have that type of galvanization with this ball club. We just need to. At this point, a lot of the fan base is done. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not. It's still a lot of ball games to go. I'm not done. I'm still here. I'm still rocking the logo. I'm still going to be a fan of this ball club as I have been since 1991. I'm not going nowhere. But I'm going to speak truth. The truth is, we have someone who knows the game of football, but he can't relate it to these players to where they buy into what he's selling and they're not believing. Here's the thing, a lot of us want him gone. It's the truth. I said it the other week myself. But here's the negative pushback, and I didn't get to say this. The negative pushback about having a guy that is going to be gone is this. You got to start all the way over. We said this the other night on the show, and I posted the link in the chat. I'm going to post it on X as well. You have to look at it like this. The problem is, if you fire Raheem Morris at this point, if you fire him, this is what you deal with. You have to start all the way over again, folks. You have to not just start all the way over. You're also going to be risking the fact that you could possibly lose your defensive coordinator who has you with one of the top defenses in the NFL at this point. Starting over is going to set you back. Now, that's the only negative that you're going to get out of this. Maybe you might get a coach that hits it off. But here's the thing. If you get a brand new coach in here, maybe he might not want Michael Penix Jr. Maybe he might not want Jerry Gray and his staff. You have to understand. Ryan Nielsen didn't stay around when Raheem Morris got here. He ended up getting a job in Jacksonville. So what I'm saying is, you bring a new coach, you're going to start everything over again. And the problem with starting everything over again that most people don't want to sit back and take accountability for is that you're going to subject yourself to 2 or 3 years to build up to try to get to being a playoff team. We've been behind the 8 ball since Dan Quinn has been fired. Let's just be honest. We've been behind the 8 ball since Dan Quinn has been fired. And when you talk about what's been going on with the Falcons at this point, it's been a lot of nothing. Let's just be honest. It's been a lot of nothing. And all I can say is we have to get to a point to where we have consistency. Consistency was the word for me this season. That's the word that I've been pushing, and I've been pushing the narrative for. And consistency is something that we don't have. We don't have it right yet. And until we get consistency, this is going to be the story of the Atlanta Falcons week in and week out. What's going on, Faded Canopy? I wouldn't say he sabotaged it. I don't think his play helped at all. But what I think sabotaged last week is the fact that Kirk got into a bad situation, just like Penix has been in a bad situation this year. I don't think it's either one of the quarterbacks. I've been saying this for the longest. It's at the top. I think Kirk was sabotaged the way now. Kirk wants to start somewhere else. We know that Kirk doesn't want to be a backup. He's already said he didn't want to be a backup. He don't want to be here anymore. Let's just be honest. He doesn't want to be here. And with him sabotaging the Falcons last week does not help his plan of trying to become a franchise quarterback, or at least a starting quarterback for somebody else's team at this point. That right there puts him in a horrible spot. So I don't think he would want to mess up, even though he's getting guaranteed money here. I don't think he wants to mess up a limited opportunity they could possibly have with another franchise. Kirk Cousins, again, last week, that was just a bad situation. This week, you're going up against a team that's talented, a team that actually is going to have some stuff. But at this point, it's what can we get out of this team this week? That's the question. What can we get out of this team this week? Are we going to subject ourselves to what happened last week, or are we going to put ourselves in a spot to where things get a little bit better? Joining me in the panel right now is my man Turbo. Run it back. What's up, Turbo? We got some other folks in the back. We're gonna bring this. But get speak to my guy Turbo. What's going on, Mr. One Gun Otto?
I'm just here to support my team.
I ain't hear you. There you go.
I'm just here to support. I'm just here to support my team, the Birdcage. We ain't studying Falcons. I'm on my Marshawn Lynch today, man.
You look like you about to go to a funeral, and we getting ready to have somebody to come up here that want to hand out damn firing slips all the time. You know who I'm talking about? Pink Slip Will.
Come on, bring Will up, man.
I'm waiting till he gets situated because look, I don't want to see him brushing his damn teeth. I don't want to see him brushing his hair. I want him to be stationary because we ain't doing that today.
Yeah, man. I had to hurry up, get a little man set up, get him some hot dogs on the plate, get him going, and get up these stairs.
What's good, man?
We here today.
Going on to represent my boy Helms today, man. Got my boy Helms, 23.
Helms couldn't cover a prostitute butt naked on the street, man. Stop it.
Helms.
Yeah, I'm talking about it. That's why he can't get a job. That's why he can't get the job.
Hey, my jersey is gonna be the Algier jersey. I think I'm gonna get it that fade, that gradient fade.
Hey, look, I'm wearing this specifically. I don't know if you got to see what Kyle Pitts said on his Twitter yesterday. He was pissed about the Georgia game, and he had a referee in a Georgia jersey, which I found hilarious, but he didn't want to talk about the fact that Georgia got hosed out of some calls in the beginning of the season. So, Mr. Kyle Pitts, Mr. Florida Gator, sir, don't worry about what happened yesterday. Needs for you to produce today, sir, because if you don't, I'm pretty much gonna be on your ass like white on rice. Pause.
But hold on. I'm the last few times they have gone to Kyle Pitts, he has been catching and producing, but they stopped going to him.
But here's my thing: with all that trash talking he did, I heard he said to try to say the refs cheated, which they did. It is what it is. Florida had opportunities to win yesterday. It's my thing. You subject yourself to this now because you got a ton of dog fans here, and we're gonna look at you like, all right, bro. Now you talking all this smack. We want to see you show out against New England this week. But that's just fun and games, man. He was just trolling. We all got to laugh and cut up about it or whatnot. It was a hard-fought game yesterday. A lot of piss poor officiating. Look, it's been piss poor officiating in every sport in America. It's not just football. Basketball recently, the World Series last night, that was just awful. Like when you look at it all the way around, at this point, you might as well get robots to officiate games because the human error is horrible.
It has gone up.
And Ryan, it called rigged, man. I feel like some of these referees get paid to be screwing over other teams, man. It's like a written script.
Gonna stop the messed up. Hey, for my bettors out there, if you bet on college football, the Georgia quarterback messed up your spread by taking that knee and clock and pretty much running out the clock or whatnot. So y'all got to forgive it, boy. But I can't even sit here and lie to you. I'm sitting here dying laughing with everything else that's done went on. But let's get to these Falcons, man. They're in New England right now. You're dealing with windy conditions, of course. Around this time, I was stationed up there for pretty much when I first got in the military. So I was around during fall and winter. So around this time, it gets a lot chillier up there than it is down south. Yeah. But it's not freezing cold, but it's cold enough for those who aren't acclimated to it to, it'll take your mind off of it. And Foxborough Stadium's not that far from the water, so it's gonna be a little bit colder out.
Yeah, and it's Ryan, and it's kind of close over there by it's kind of like it's Boston, Westbury, right close to New York.
No, it's actually further. Actually, I'm sorry. New England's further up. New York is further down south or whatnot. Because I'm only an hour away from New York. I'm about
like 3 hours.
I'm about 6-7 hours away from Boston. Okay. So this is my thing. When you talk about, I said it. I got to cut up today. Got to have something to laugh at. But all I'm saying is this, man. We're going to New England. We're going into hostile territory because New England fans that's a whole nother breed, just like Philly. They're a different breed. You're going into an environment where they have a psychological advantage over you. period. And I'm not talking about just the 28-3. They actually have a better record versus Atlanta, pretty much series record than what we have now. You're going up here. You're going up against Mike Vrabel, very good head coach. Got a raw deal in Tennessee.
We should have got him.
Again, when you come to Atlanta, let's talk about this here. The one thing that we have not done when we talked about running the football, I'm going to bring this up. Since Bijan Robinson's 81-yard run, according to Joe Patrick, he's a beat writer for Sports Illustrated, you literally have only seen 10-plus yards with Robinson and Algier. And the longest rush is in 9 quarters, is 8 yards. How in the hell are we going to get this running game going against the defense? It's not like ours, but it is a good defense. How do we get this run game going? Y'all fellas answer this for me.
I'll jump on this first.
Go ahead.
Now, you got to threaten it with the pass game. If you can't threaten it with the passing game, let them know, hey, look, man, I can move the ball through the air. I don't care nothing about the run. Boom, I'm going to hit you with a boom. I'm going to hit you across the middle. Boom, I'm going to hit you on the eye route. Boom. Hey, Moon, to run that go route. Boom. All right. Keep hitting them like that. Just all over the field, dink and dunk, long hair now. Keep beating them up with that. And so they be like, all right, man, we got a bad guy. We can't put nobody in the box no more. They just going to go off our heads. Then you go back to running and just keep it mixed up. Then now you easily keep defenses off them. But we already know what Mr. Zach Robinson is gonna do.
Yeah.
He gonna drink his cut water and a beatbox and a buzz bomb and say otro vez. That means again in Spanish. Run the same play again. Yeah, otro vez. You're gonna turn into a Mexican out there. Otro vez. Just keep running it over and over again. They're gonna shut us down.
That's a shame.
All right, we'll go ahead.
For me, man, it's gonna be the trenches, the line of scrimmage, man. On both sides, the line of scrimmage is gonna be key to the game and time possession. We know that our offensive line was inconsistent majority of the season, so I'm gonna need newsroom. I need Chris Lindstrom, Jake Matthews to communicate what Penix to see what they see. And we have to get the ball. We got to get the ball out of Michael Penix's hand quickly. And that's what TJ Yates, the passing concepts got to be better. Pass concepts. We don't want to see these wide receivers not having communication, but we have to at least run the ball with Bijan Robinson, at least do some outside zones. I know they're good stopping the run, but we're going to have to feed the ball to Bijan Robinson. Bijan need at least 30, 40 carries. I'm sorry. We have to get him running the ball.
We talking about the tweet on the screen, dog.
Yeah,
here's the thing. You are not gonna give Bijan 40 carries. Do you want to end his season? Because
no. I ain't saying like run him to death, but we got to at least get like Tyler and Bijan some reps. Tyler need more reps too. Tyler need like at least close to 20, 25.
This is all I'm saying. If we're gonna run the ball 25 to 30 times out of that game, here's my thing. You need to let those 15 apiece. If you're gonna run it 30 times, 15 apiece. You just got to figure out when to use them, but you need to keep those 2 on the pitch count so they can stay fresh. So I'm on that. But here's I'm looking at. How the hell can we run the ball when we're running out of pistol the whole time? Everybody wants to talk about it. This is my thing. You gotta get under. You gotta get under center. You gotta establish some things because trickery is not what we need right now. Let's just be honest. Trickery is not what we need in the running game. You gotta change the formation because you're talking about a guy who was a linebacker in the NFL and a damn good one at that when you talk about Vrabel. You're talking about someone who understands how to read a defense, how to read an offense because of the fact that he did it. My thing is this. You've got to put yourself in a situation to where you make this work. You have to. At this point, the bad part about our offense being so predictable at this point, it's just it's very mundane and very vanilla. And you have to get to a point to where It's not mundane and it's not vanilla. And if you saw what happened last week, Miami showed us what sets and different things you run out of the pistol. Period. Then you don't have too many formations to where you have Tyler and Bijan on the field, so you can't prepare for either one. You know, if Bijan is in the backfield, you know he's going to run it 85% of the time. You know Tyler's in the backfield, he's either going to be a decoy or he's going to get a short yardage situation. You have yet to mix things up to where people can trust what you're bringing to the table at this point.
And Zach Robinson still serve his spaghetti with the sauce on the side and the noodles on the other side. That's what he doing. He keeping it very traditional. Nah, man, mix that up, man. Mix it up, player. And cook it for a second. The noodles are gonna have some flavor in it. Everything gonna be more flavorful.
Now,
you keep serving it side by side like that, it'll never be right, man.
And this is my thing, and I don't, and I'm not saying this in a bad way. Tyler Algier is one of my favorite players on this team, and I want him here. I really want him here. You get what I'm saying? And you do too, Turbo. And we all talk about it. We feel as if he's underutilized, but if you get him to a system where you're going to have a 1-back set or a 2-back set, he's going to thrive. He's going to thrive. He's not going to have to work as hard running out of a pistol when he can run out of a traditional set for a running back. He's going to thrive. And the best part about this whole situation is, you know, I hate to say it, but you're going to run talent away from Atlanta that we got. Guys that we brought in or guys that are coming up on contract. Why would they want to re-sign here if they know it's going to be the same mundane BS? And then you probably. That's the thing we worry about. So there's a kid that plays at Virginia Union. I got to throw this out. You know, I'm always shouting at my HBCU players. His name is Curtis Allen. He literally ran for almost 400 yards yesterday. He's one of the top backs in the HBCU ranks. Now, I want Tyler here. Yeah. But if Tyler decides that I don't want no more of this and I want to walk because I want to be utilized properly, and I'm tired of dealing with a coordinator who underutilizes not just myself, but the offensive weapons that we have, you know, I would walk. I would walk because you're wasting prime years, you know. And my thing is, if you're going to waste his prime, let him go. If you're going to use him, let him go. Let him be great because it's only a small window that you can play football in his life. I want the window to be in Atlanta, though. But at this point, I can't trust Zach Robinson to use the weapons properly.
And Ryan, man, you said a good point, man. We this all now. I don't want to speak. You know, it's still early in the mid-season for him, but like you said, man, we need to have identity, man. It's like we need to play with some urgency. And I don't, and like what you said before, it's like other teams putting the effort in. Where are the leadership? Where are the men to the boys? Nobody's not communicating on the field. Nobody not trying to. Oh, we got this, guys. We down. Like nobody's out there communicating. It's like that's what upset me. It's how we lose. I respect it if we come out with a fight, but it's just how we lose be upsetting.
Now, here's the most dangerous thing, and I'm going to let Kool-Aid jump in here, but this is my thing. When you look at how they built this team and how things have been orchestrated and how things have been set, this right here is a game that you really got to win this, because if you win this game, you still can salvage your season in so many ways. You get what I'm saying? And if you don't salvage your season or whatnot, this is going to be a bad look, not only for you, it's going to be a bad look for this organization. We're already an organization that has been a bit of a laughingstock since 1966. We've had a couple of seasons that we've won games, but again, you have to make some stuff happen. And I'm going to bring Kool-Aid in on this one because it's something that we talked about when we spoke about the wide receivers, and StreamYard is StreamYard as usual. Yeah, you have, and I'm going to pop in and pop out, but here you go. The Falcons have finally decided to elevate a receiver this week. They're going to elevate Drummond, Kool-Aid. They finally gonna give him a shot. So now and you mentioned him last week after the game that Drummond should have been playing last week. Now that they elevate him or whatnot, what do you expect from Drummond this week?
Drummond was the other guy.
Yeah, Drummond is the other receiver who showed out in the preseason. It was him and Blair that we talked about.
Yeah,
Drummond is the
I
other
was
one.
talking about. I wasn't really looking at Drummond. It was the other white guy.
That was David Sills. Sills was awful last week.
Sills, the other one.
It was no, that's Drummond. Drummond is the other one that was balling. That was Drummond, Kool-Aid.
Okay, it was another guy too out there.
You talking about Washington? In case you Washington out.
Yeah,
not Washington. Playing. I can't think of his name right now, but
what white boy we had on our practice squad?
He was I have to look it back up. But he was the one that a lot of people talked about during preseason, the other white guy.
Oh, Steve Nash. Nick Nash.
Yeah.
Nash ain't even being elevated off the practice squad, and I don't know why.
What I'm saying. Nick Nash and Blair was the only one that I saw that was showing out preseason.
And Drummond was the other one that showed out in the preseason.
Drummond did good too. He did good too, but I think Nash, but Drummond, I know Nash and Blair was one of the guys that caught touchdowns and made somewhat of a game during preseason. So I just couldn't understand why they didn't get a chance to play. And Drummond too, of course. I'm gonna be with you on that at Drummond too. But those was three guys that was in preseason that they should have been elevated from the beginning of the season.
Agreed.
You know.
But Kool-Aid, think about it. It was just like you were saying about like with what's old boy's name from the Hawks that just moved to Philadelphia and he's showing Barlow.
Right.
Think about it. You got talented player like that on the side, and right now you got Drummond, you got Blair, and then you know what I'm saying. You got these guys who are very talented receivers, right. and here's the other thing, and then you're not even using Kadero Hodge, who won 3 games for you.
Exactly.
So. And here's the thing, and he's still making plays on special teams, big plays where he's helping tackle guys, give the defense longer fields to defend. So it's just asinine at this point of how we're misusing a lot of these players.
Yeah, it's Ryan. It's coaching, man. It's coaching. It's like you say, it's like they not putting the players in game situations to be success. Like if you are offense coordinator, you have to see what the defense give you and communicate with players to see where they need to be at, and that's the lack of leadership and lack of communication on the coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and see, this is the thing, man. When you see these coaches that start winning championship, man, they one who play the sports game and make decisions like they playing chess.
Yep.
They spin off play by play, move by move. They don't have just a one set game plan. And then you just say, okay, I'm gonna come down like you playing chess. Well, this is my move. Every time I play you, I'm gonna move my knight over here. Then I'm gonna move my bishop here. And every time I do, cause I beat somebody on that one game. Then I'm finna play somebody else. I'm gonna do that same move. It ain't gonna do that because them moves might not win to beat this guy. You got to play off what the other guy moves are. And so if you look at the winning coaches, they actually coach play by play, game by game, half by half. That's why sometimes we'll look like we'll be winning early or the first games or whatever. And then you come back, it's the same old stuff for the next 3-4 games. What? The other teams are already unscouted you. Now you out there, everything they know what you're doing. You doing every move you gonna make. And then, and like you said, hey, get what? Pawns you cannot win a chess game with your pawns. That's why you got your knights and your bishop and your queen. And your knights. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can't have them sitting on the sideline. You got all these pawns. You know what your boy who they put in last week in middle linebacker after your boy went down, after Diablo went down.
Who?
JD Bertrand.
He's a pawn, man. He is not a knight or a bishop. And your coach put a pawn in the middle linebacker spot to do what a knight's supposed to do. Diablo was a knight. You got to replace him with a knight.
Being mighty generous, Kool-Aid.
Well, let me bring this out. First off, shout out to John Brooks. Happy birthday, my guy. Hopefully they can give you a dub for your birthday today. We definitely would love it. Also shout out to Carrie in the chat doing her thing. Appreciate you tapping in or whatnot. Y'all check out her show. She definitely does some great things. But Kool-Aid, I'm with you on that because I said this here. You need to be looking at linebackers at this point. If you're not going to trade for one, guess what you better do? You better draft one coming up this year that's actually worth a damn. It's
Yeah.
just what it is at this point.
I think we should go in the draft and get one, but I'm just saying, like, I don't see why they don't want to look out for Isaiah Simmons. I understand he might not be all good in coverage, but he plays safety. So I'm just saying, like, as I'm Terry Fontenot, I'm trying to look for depth, man.
But here's the thing: he's not a middle linebacker. You need a middle linebacker. He plays the same position as Jalen Walker, JPJ. He's an outside backer. He's not a middle backer. You have to get a Mike linebacker. You have to get somebody who can play in the middle.
A middle linebacker is actually the strength and the stronghold of your defense.
Yeah.
That's from
That's your coach on the
to the
field.
front end.
Here's the thing. Coming from a cat that played on the defense, here's the thing. Your linebacker is he's pretty much the captain of your defense. He's pretty much the brains of your defense because he's calling your plays, he's calling your set. Your second in command is your safety in the back. Your linebacker is the captain out there. Your second in command is that safety because guess what? He sees what the linebacker can't see, and he has to yell out and call out and get guys in the right set.
Yeah.
I see somebody got some sugar over there, Turbo.
Yeah. All he did was just taste a piece of chocolate. He didn't eat it. He playing in the curtain. Nah.
He making this noise today, letting us know he here. What's up, nephew?
he fresh.
But what you saying, Rondo, we do need somebody to communicate. It's like middle linebackers, like reading the quarterback eyes. You got to know what formation they're going to be in, what the tight end going to be in motion, what they're going to have running back screens. You got to just have a fresh memory like you playing the quarterback.
You got to know their tendencies.
Exactly. I mean, the linebacker shift the linemen, go left to the right. He moves all that. He moves the linemen too. I mean, if you ain't got a really good strong linebacker, middle linebacker, man, your defense gonna always be frail.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? From the run to the pass and all of that, because he is actually the quarterback of the defense.
Man,
he's a really good, smart middle linebacker. He is really the quarterback of the defense. He can tell the lines how to shift left or to the right, move to the, and he goes up in the hole. He know how to hold. He know when to drop. He calls the plays when the coach can't call the plays. He got audible. I mean, when a coaching staff knows how to set and put those guys in place and get those guys, man, you're gonna have a winning team. You're gonna have a winning team. You know,
I just hope this team come with an effort today, man. It's like, even though we win or lose or draw, man, I just want the team to come out executing, like, you know what I'm saying? Just come with some identity, man. Just come with it.
Yeah,
I got you. He want to be on camera. He said, "Hey, man, you ain't gonna sit here and just keep ignoring me." He said, "I'm in this house."
he want to be part of the plan. Huh?
Yeah, he's trying to be a part of the show today.
Hey, I bet he can spit some knowledge too.
Yeah.
Tell him go spit that knowledge.
Hey, we need to make you our middle linebacker, man. Shoot, you hit the camera harder than our linebacker Bertrand hit a running back. Come on. Appreciate it. Little Turbo, man.
Yeah.
We love the kids in the BirdCage. We run them early. There you go. Now, see, all he wanted was a little camera time. That's why he kept bothering you. But
we gonna
be
still have
honest with you.
Bertrand playing middle linebacker. Is he gonna still be
at this point, maybe. Oh, here we go. Yeah, happy birthday to Roddy White today as well, Kerry. So Draymond Jones is a solid linebacker, but the only way they would probably take him is if the price is right because he's cheap. But I would still go with the cat from Cincinnati because he's got a familiarity with Jesse Bates that's on the back end. They played in the Super Bowl together, and they were together for a couple of years before we got him. So my thing is, I want to bring a guy in for that has familiarity with that safety, because Jesse can actually help him because he knows his strengths and weaknesses at this point. So I'm looking at it from a standpoint is, let's go get the cat from Cincinnati at this point. But if we don't make any moves, the franchise is telling you that they're going to stick with their guns, and they're going to stay stubborn with what we have.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
here's the other thing. It's a ton of linebackers out here that you can bring in from practice squad. You know, at this point, Woods, if we still have Woods on this squad, that's a guy that you want to look at too, because Woods showed out in the preseason. But without that, I'll just say this: Logan Wilson is just I don't think they're gonna trade for him, Kerry. I agree, but I think Logan Wilson brings to the table a lot of the attitude, and it's just it would help. I'll just say it would help, because he's tired of losing, and he be coming here and he see that he has a chance to possibly have a winning team. But until we can get competent in the front office, you're absolutely right on that. But let's go ahead and bring in the injury report for this week for the Patriots, because we didn't get to go over that last week. We practically know what we actually know what our injury report looks like right now. Jalen Walker's coming back. We got a couple of folks that's coming back or whatnot, but let's go ahead and bring this injury report up. So with the injury report today, Ramondre Stevenson, their star running back, he's pretty much going to be out today. Morgan Moses, it depends. He's a game time. Christian Barmore, game time. Pretty much everybody that you see up here is a game time decision except for Stevenson. Stevenson is the only person that will be out today. So they're clicking on all cylinders, and it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy.
I'm about to say, Ryan, I didn't know Austin Hooper played for the Patriots too. I didn't even know that. And the kid from who used to play for the Los Angeles Chargers over there. So they got Henry and they have Austin Hooper.
Now here's something that nobody talks about. Jalen Hawkins, who we traded, is a starting safety for the Patriots right now.
Yep. He played free safety, right?
And Richie Grant is on that team. But Grant was the guy that we kept, which I said was a wasted pick. Jalen Hawkins was the guy who was the better safety. And we're apparently seeing it now, because Hawkins is a starter on that defense. So Mike Vrabel actually really was a fan of Jalen Hawkins in his game and what he brought to the table. And when you look at Jalen Hawkins, Hawkins is a guy that we had here. If we had Hawkins here, we probably wouldn't have got Bowman. Just going to be honest. It probably would have just been Xavier Watts, because we took two safeties. So with Hawkins being gone, with Richie Grant being gone, it opened up Pandora's box to be able to get those two. So at this point, we're getting ready to face a couple of old Falcons that were here during that regime that's playing in New England right now. And they're understanding what success feels like. They're understanding it. And they don't want to go back to mediocrity, which I don't blame them. We have to win this ball game to establish the respect that we've lost. When you get beat by Miami at home the way that you did last week, that was embarrassing. This is your week of atonement. The next 2 weeks of this season is going to be of atonement.
Ryan, you put our injury report up? See who out for this game?
Pretty much. No, I didn't put that out. I didn't put that one out this week. We pretty much everybody that was out, what we had put out Thursday is out. Jalen Walker and Bates are the only two coming back. Everybody else, Bates is supposed to be playing today.
Okay, so it's Billy Bowman and Zach Harris out. Dang.
Yep.
And Billy Bowman.
But look at it like this, man. And shout out to A1 in the chat right now. Chris A1, my man Tip. Y'all check him out on A1 Forever Sports. Him and Big Smitty Sports Machine. Y'all check them out. They're doing their thing over there every week, giving it to you raw. But just looking at what we have right now, everybody's practically coming back. Drake's gonna play today. Penix is playing today. You pretty much everybody that sat out last week, they're mainly a lot of them are coming back. So at this point, we just have to see how the Falcons are going to react today with with being punched in the mouth because they're gonna get hit in the mouth today. I'm gonna let you know
Yeah.
that now. We're gonna get hit in the mouth. The question is, can
How
we
we
bounce
respond?
back, and how do we respond, and how do we punch back, and do we punch down? Do we punch up? It's many ways that we can attack this. How do y'all feel about the Falcons today versus a fully strengthened Patriots team that's only missing a running back today? How do y'all feel that we can attack these boys and try to get a win today?
I'm gonna go first. Majority, like I said earlier, I said we mix it up a little bit when it rain. In the past, get Tyler, Bijan, and Kyle Pitts going and Drake London. But I know Drake London gonna be shadowed, but we got to attack that middle of that field, trying to test the middle a little bit. But overall, man, we have to execute on third downs. That's gonna be critical. Keep the chains moving, game possession. And I'm not really worried about my defense. I know the defense gonna try to do their part, but overall, the offense have to step up and score points instead of field goals.
Okay. Kool-Aid, what you got?
Yeah, man. Hey, he knew he was patient with our old boys. You know, our old boys always come back home and give us, man. Hawkins and that Hooper gonna scare me. They'll scare me a little bit on this.
Yeah. Here and Hooper.
Hooper, I like man with him and Hooper and Matt Ryan.
Hooper was a very good route runner.
That wasn't no joke, boy. We were making no moves and getting into them playoffs and trying to get to that Super Bowl, man.
It's kind of crazy. So I mean, cut y'all Kool-Aid. We played 3 good tight ends this couple weeks. We got Hooper and we got Hunter and we got to deal with the other kid out of who Penn State with the Colts, Warner.
Yeah. So my thing is that I you know what I said last time. We have no wide receivers. And I ain't talking about just your boy. I'm talking about Mooney. I ain't talking about just Drake London. And it got to be Mooney. Mooney got to have a wide receiver game today, man.
Yeah,
that's what's gonna come down to it because see, that wide receiver game stretches the field, man. It makes a big difference when you can send that guy who's a danger going on that fly, and they trying to keep him from getting behind him, man. And that dude if he ain't stretching the field, it make it so much easier to defend in the box, man. And you talking about when you start slandering them, people start for a linebacker that gonna bust your head. It makes a big difference, man. Cause then you ain't got to worry about if Mooney ain't taking 2 people down the field with him from time to time, that's gonna be a problem. And from as for how your boy coach be calling them plays, they be already
on it.
Plays that people already done seen, know when the moves and the formations. People can read off his formations already. And it's gonna come down. Do we have some formations that gonna move some people? That's gonna be the key part. Is he gonna make it look different when Agile get the ball to the 3rd and 1? He's gonna make it look different. You know what I'm saying? Is it gonna look different when the running back, when you're going to run him 25 or 30 times or put him in different formation, different plays or whatever? Is it going to look different where it's going to look like he's going to get the ball or not get the ball? You just can't make it look like he's going to get the ball all the time because all they have to do is just follow him. They say follow the ball. Just follow the ball. So they can't know whether he's going to get it or not. So it's going to come down to, man, coaches, receivers coming out there doing what receivers do, and hopefully Beltran come in and play a lot better ball today if he's gonna be the linebacker. I think the defense gonna do what they're gonna do, but it's gonna be a chess game on that defense now. That offensive coordinator over there, and I think that quarterback that they got is the ex-Alabama quarterback, right?
No. He's Drake May's North Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay.
It don't matter because Drake May's playing really well right now. So far, we've lost to 2 former Alabama quarterbacks this season.
Yeah. So
don't mention that.
I
gotta deal with enough of their fan base already. Kool-Aid, don't do that.
Bryce Young, to a logo. Who else? We lost to Alabama.
And then you also Mac Jones and Tua. Those are 3. That's why I ain't trying to sit here and talk about that. We gonna leave that alone. But
May, but yeah, though. With May, man, I just saying
yeah.
that the coaches got to be prepared. My thing is looking at, man, Kim Mooney come out there and be that wide receiver for us today, man. That's my
I'm gonna give y'all this. We're talking about linebackers, and there's a kid right now, and yeah, we already took Jalen Walker, and you see what Jalen Walker with Jalen Walker being out, you see what we're missing on this defense. JPJ gets doubled at that point. Y'all paying attention to that? Those two are great together. Here's the other thing. Y'all might want to look, we might want to look at CJ Allen or, at Georgia, number 3 middle linebacker, who's a monster. Or there's a kid that's at Ohio State. He wears number 8. I got to remember his name right offhand. Those are the 2 linebackers I would look at. They can fit our defense and do what they do. They can pass coverage, but they can also play. If you bring those young pups in, I get we have Diablo. I love Diablo, but think about it. Diablo's not going to be here forever. We only signed him for 3 years. He ain't gonna be here forever. You want to get a veteran player at that position and bring in a young guy so he can school his kid. Even though we know it's a business, he can school him. He can learn from it. So what I'm saying is right now you got to start looking for a middle linebacker to draft. You have to, because we have everything else. We addressed the edge rushers. We've addressed everything else that you could think of. But
Ryan, we still need a nose tackle too. Don't forget that.
But here's the thing, though. You got Zach Harrison who plays the zero technique. That's one of them. But if you get a pure 300-pound nose tackle, like John say, I want him with no ankles, and I want him with him with a belly in his dump and pretty much a wheelbarrow, and he just dump it right in front of everybody, and you can't move him.
Well,
you have to. What's up?
When we were talking about in the draft, and we were talking in the draft, I was in there with y'all, and I told y'all I wanted to get that big boy from Florida. You remember?
Yeah, but here's the problem with him, though, Kool-Aid. The problem with him, he's got a problem with staying in shape and keeping his weight down. You get what I'm saying?
I get what
that was the problem. That right there was why he hadn't been on the field. You talking about a 400-pound kid that literally doesn't understand how to pull himself away from the table. You get what I'm saying? And that's very detrimental. And in Florida, he really didn't have the numbers like that. And I mean, I'm gonna give you this. If it's a D lineman that we go after, Kool-Aid, it's a kid by the name of LT Overton. And you talk about or Big Tim Keenan out of Alabama. You talking about 300-pounders that can run from sideline to sideline. They're in shape, they're strong as bulls, and they're hard to move. Yeah. They are hard to move. And Tim Keenan and freaking LT Overton, the guys that I would bring, either one of those guys I would bring in for this defensive line, because you already got Harrison, you already got Ruka Roro, you got Jalen Walker and Pierce on the edges. You bring in more interior beef, I think that helps us out tremendously with the run defense and also with the pass rush to be more consistent than what we have. But in this draft, I'm gonna be honest, I'm really trying to get offensive linemen at this point.
Yeah, because we got
Penix.
Yeah, because Kellen McGregor, he on a 1-year contract at the next season. Yeah, he got 1 year left on his contract, and I don't know if Jake Max is going to be able to play another full season next year. So we do got to add depth on O-line. And one thing too, right, we need to add another corner. I understand Mike Hughes to give him the 3-year contract, but overall we need to add depth in our corner. We'll fit with AJ on the right side.
Yeah. All I can say is at this point, we just got a few things that we got to tighten up on. And it's not the fact that we have a bad team. We got a really good team.
Yeah.
The problem is talent is being squandered right now.
Yeah, it's coaching wasting talent, man. It started from the front office to the bottom, from the top to the bottom.
Turbo, what you got, man? Because we got 10 minutes left. Hold up, he got it muted.
He muted himself.
You're on mute.
All right. For me, man, I agree with Will. We definitely looking as a replacement for Jake Matthews. Adding somebody else over there with Bergeron.
Kellen McGregor.
Yeah, for that. And get this Mike linebacker. Maybe we can pry on Landman back from the Chargers
You're not gonna let that man go.
God, man,
That
I hate
man
to let that
do.
man go. And we're gonna draft a wide receiver, man, or sign one, something. Drake is, I love Drake, but we're gonna start sending Drake across the middle. Who can really run and take the top off. Cause Mooney, he'll get out there and can't haul the ball in and save his life. I think my son catch better than him, but
But
hopefully we punch up this time, man. Because it seems like when we play better competition, we'll punch up instead of punching down to them. So hopefully this go like the Bills game, man, and we punch up and keep it rolling. And I
hope
really want to beat the
They
Pats.
had a really good game plan for that bill. It looked like they had went out and actually practiced to beat the quarterback for the Bills. You could see the way they blitzed him, out of everything they did, they actually literally did a good game plan to beat that quarterback. And then they came back next week and it looked like they playing for nothing. And
Yeah,
that's the problem when the coaches. I've been there. I don't play football, and you could tell when we go through something and the coaches are scouted that team very well, and you go through all those plays and how you're gonna do it, and you just go out and beat the slop out that team when and they didn't
and
and they
that's what
didn't
makes
feel
everything dangerous at this point. I'm gonna tell you that right now. With the way that this team is set up, with the way that everything is going, what makes this thing dangerous right now at this point is the fact that we really are not in the best of positions when you talk about depth. This team doesn't
mm-mm,
have championship depth. I've been preaching
mm-mm.
this from day one.
Yeah,
We don't have championship depth, and with us not having championship depth or whatnot, you subject yourself to, how can I put it? You subject yourself to losing games, and not only losing games, really hurting the core of your team. You
yeah,
got to have guys that can come off the bench where there's no drop off. You have to be able to have that. And if you
correct.
don't have that, that's going to be a serious infraction on what you can do later. So at this point, we just got to make do with what we have and see what's going to happen
next off season.
when the season takes place.
Yeah.
So
And Ryan, one more
without
thing too, before you go, man. On and like you said, man, like you saying earlier, next season, man, we gotta get some low school, man, to the Falcons program. Ryan been preaching this, man. I feel like as an organization, we get
hold up,
too.
I got to stop you. Stop calling them low schools. Don't do that because you're disrespecting a lot of those players that bust their ass. Now,
No,
I'm
I
not
ain't mean.
saying it to be rude. Is pretty much, you need to talk about, if you're going to speak on it, you call them HBCU schools or you call them Division II, but do not call them low schools like that, because that right there is a
And so,
infringement and an infraction on what they do. So
well, my bad. I
go
mean,
ahead.
say HBCUs and Division II, because I feel like when you get them type of players, man, they bring a new attitude to this team, and I feel like this next all season we need to do that, man. Because I feel like we got too many dudes who just comfortable with the ad and just collecting payroll checks. I need that rough mentality and dog and the dude who don't give a flying f. But man, we need them type of leadership dudes. Some of them low not low, I mean the HBCU schools and Division II.
Mm.
Hey, it's like this, guys. You know what Kool-Aid always say. Go
What
get
up,
me a.
Rich?
I always say go get me some mutant. It's the eye test, man. And
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it like this, man. You should always draft out of HBCU. You go get the top notch players out of HBCU. You got an opportunity. Sometimes it's easy to go get those guys. Ain't nobody fighting over them. And if you go get them guys, man, you're gonna be getting some. Cause I tell you from history, as my age, the best players came out of black colleges.
Yep.
yeah,
And with
Period.
school,
yeah,
and what's scary is it's still a ton of them that's there. The problem is nobody's really giving them a chance. But hey,
yeah.
fellas, we got rep because today we got to get to this game or whatnot. Just got a few minutes or whatnot. Definitely appreciate y'all for coming through. Kool-Aid, get the folks where they can find you at, my guy.
Yeah, you can find me at
We'll catch you in the post game show. Will, I know you're gonna be there ready to
Oh
fire
yeah.
somebody.
All right.
yeah, ATL Kool-Aid Drinkers on YouTube, man. I just put my commentary in, just an opinion. That right now is for right now, no podcast or anything. So you just want to hear my opinion after I be on. you know, the them show about the Hawks. I talk about all of it. And I give my opinion. I give it to you on about Georgia Tech, Georgia, Braves, you know, Atlanta Hawks, and all of that. So I just give my opinion, my commentary. So you can check me out, ATL Kool-Aid Drinkers, YouTube.
Appreciate you, Kool-Aid. We'll catch you in the post-game show if you're around, my guy.
All right, man.
Yes,
see you
sir.
there. All right.
Turbo, appreciate you coming through, my birdcage brother. Appreciate you and Nick coming through as usual. I know he had a little chocolate today and he was a little hyper, but we definitely appreciate him giving us a little bit of energy today.
Tell him bye-bye. Tell him bye-bye.
Later, Nep. Appreciate you, Turbo. We'll see you after the game.
All right, man.
So for the Falcon fans that are still remaining, we definitely appreciate you for coming through, and we definitely thank you for coming in. But before we go, just got to drop a little something for you so you can see how we get down. Here you go. Swooping in like the peregrine falcon, the Birdcage is going to take you on a journey. Tap in with us before every Falcons game. We have the pregame meal where fans can come in, talk about their likes, dislikes, and concerns for the upcoming game. Also, we have the halftime analysis that you check out. And then we have, for every fan afterwards, the party line and benediction post-game show. You know how we get down. You either get right or you get left. We'll catch it in. Ghost. Birdcage. We're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. Thank you guys for coming through tonight. I mean, this afternoon. I'm saying tonight, boy. My days are running together, so y'all forgive me. Hey, let's go ahead and get this win today. I'll catch you guys at halftime. Y'all be blessed. Much love, peace, and blessings. We'll catch you then. Catch you in after the game. Ghost.